If you're in a quiet season right now, good. Stay in it. Let it take over. Accept that you're in a quiet season and build in it. Tighten your fundamentals. Don't chase the outside noise. Don't chase the recognition. Don't chase somebody telling you, oh, you're doing so good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Built Not Given show. I'm your host, Jake Strickland, and today I want to talk about the quiet season. I've talked about it before, but the way that I talked about it then was losing friends, losing relationships, losing people that you never thought you'd lose before, and how you sometimes just feel lost. But today I want to talk about another thing that kind of goes into that, but I'm going to compare it to the Ironman training that I'm doing. Doing it in 6 months at Lake Placid, and I'm deep into the prep right now. I'm not at the full-fledged super long days yet, but I'm getting there. I'm working up pretty quickly. And right now, there's no crowd, there's no applause, it's not glamorous. It's just 8-mile runs with no music some days. Indoor bikes staring at a wall, lap after lap in the pool. And those days where I'm staring at the wall, I'm running those miles without music, I realized that this is where the growth is happening. This is what growth actually looks like. And for me, for the longest time, progress without applause felt like stagnation. But recently, like I mentioned, I started to understand that this is kind of where the growth happens. When no applause is happening is when you're actually growing the most. Applause happens when you get to show people how much you've grown. The applause will happen on race day when I cross that line and they say, Jake Strickland, you are an Ironman. That's when the results will show. But until then, I'm stuck in the quiet season. I'm stuck in the long days, long nights. Basically a full-time job or part-time job. I think this week I've got a 12-hour training week, or I had a 12-hour training week, and next week it's going to bump up to, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Next week's going to bump up to 14 hours. So it's just getting longer and longer. But I do have that day to look forward to. And every time I think about it, I get excited. But right now it feels quiet. Right now nothing's happening. Right now there's no applause. There's nobody saying, Jake Strickland, you are an Ironman. Right now they're saying, Jake Strickland, you're an idiot. Because why are you running 8 miles on a random Tuesday? And truth be told, they might not be too far off. Because there is something a little messed up upstairs. But, hey, I think everybody's got a little bit. I just recognize what mine is. And I know what I have to do to, scratch that itch. But when it gets quiet outside, for me, it gets very, very loud internally. I start to doubt myself. I start to doubt, is this working? Am I wasting my time? Am I really the stupid person that people think I am for biking 2 hours? Should I pivot? Maybe I should change something around. Maybe this isn't something that I should do. Or maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed my opportunity to do this. But I don't get faster every week. Some workouts feel worse than others. Fatigue builds up very quickly. I'm exhausted today. I had a long bike yesterday. But right now, there's no medal. There was nobody saying, hey, Jake, get up this morning. There was no medal for you when you got up this morning. Nobody was sitting by your bedside. Random name, Joe, you're an Ironman. No, you didn't get that. You got here's a problem, here's a problem, here's a problem. That's what you got woken up to. And it feels quiet. But what the quiet season is actually building are those systems. And it's proven to yourself that you are disciplined enough to act and to go when that person of you becomes. And I've ran this parallel before, but without the bike, the run gets harder. Without training the bike super hard, the run sucks. And without training the swim, the bike sucks, which causes the run to suck. So if I don't train each one to the best of my capability, all three disciplines go to crap. Because the swim prepares me for the bike and the bike prepares me for the run. So if I can prepare for the swim, I can prepare for the bike, and then I can prepare for the run. They all go together. And that's systems in business as well. You know, if you build out these systems, then whenever that business comes in, you're going to be ready. You're going to be able to take advantage of that. Because if you have 10 people to call you right now, hey, I want to sell my house. Can you do that? Do you have the systems in place to handle that amount of volume? Because I know for me, Maybe. I think I do. I could handle it, but I could definitely get better. If you get 5 under contract right now, are you ready for that? Can you handle that? Do you have the systems in place to make sure everybody is served to the best way that they can be served? The quiet season is what builds that up, that builds those systems. And the loud seasons, when those 10 people call you or you have those 5 under contract, that's what reveals what you've built in the quiet season. There are days when I feel like I'm not ahead. There are days when I question my pace. There are days when it feels like everybody else in the world is moving faster than I am. But the miles still count. The calls still count. The posts still count. And the reps still count. Even when nobody sees it. Actually, especially when nobody sees it. That's when those things count. That's when showing up for yourself matters the most. Because if you can show up for yourself when nobody else is there, you are the most mentally strong person in the room. Every room you go into. If you can show up for yourself when nobody else is watching, you are so far ahead of the majority of the population. If you're in a quiet season right now, good. Stay in it. Let it take over. Accept that you're in a quiet season and build in it. Tighten your fundamentals. Don't chase the outside noise. Don't chase the recognition. Don't chase somebody telling you, oh, you're doing so good. If it's quiet right now, it doesn't mean it's empty. It just means you're building something. Nobody in the Olympics got there by chance. Every single person there is there because they had a quiet season and they built in that quiet season. And now that they're on that Olympic stage and they step onto that podium, whether it's gold, silver, bronze, that is them being recognized for the quiet season that they're in. And that day's coming for you too. I promise. So if it feels like you're alone, it feels like you have nothing going on, and it feels like the world is collapsing, I promise you that it's not. Nothing great is ever given in the loud. It's built in the quiet.